In my experience, Arketa is perfect for the fitness professional that is looking to either expand their business or has already expanded their business. Maybe they've used other software programs in the past. I find that it is pretty clean to use, and once you set it up, it kind of just lets the business run on its own. So anybody that's got, either a potentially growing or already growing fitness business. And I suppose other things, like I've had the infrared sauna and I have something called the biocharger. If you take appointments one-on-one or you do any group, I find it to be a pretty great software. I use Arketa for pretty much everything in my business. Everything is scheduled through there. So I have about 25 group trainings a week, what I call group trainings, many others call classes. And so everybody schedules through the system. They have to schedule at least 12 hours in advance. If they need to cancel, they do it through the system. I also schedule all my one-on-ones through the system. And clients can also schedule their time with me if they use the proper link for any of my services. And then the other thing that I use it for is what's called communities or PDFs, video series, those kinds of things. I don't even utilize it to its full extent, but they have a really great community section, which you can sell those programs, and then people will just get either video series or they'll get a booklet that you created, and it opens up kind of a dialogue to continue with that client. I've used several softwares in the past for my fitness business. Um, I switched originally to another program in the interim from MindBody, which I used for quite some time, but they just became too expensive. And then during the pandemic, when a lot of things changes, I started exploring different companies. I found one in the interim, and when that company shut down, they suggested Arketa. And when I started looking into it, I was really impressed with how clean it looked, with their customer service, with the informational webinars that they provided for how to use it. And so, yeah, I didn't really explore too many others, but like I said, I've used some in the past, so it just seemed to offer everything that I need. I've used MindBody. I used MindBody for probably over 10 years with both a small fitness business that I had and then when I had my current business, personal training. And it worked really well for a long time. But I think I went from $56 when I first started, which I did grow considerably up to, I was paying $400 when I switched with them. I had a lot of bells and whistles, but once the pandemic hit, I decided that just was not suitable for me anymore. And so I started exploring. I found a software. I've also used PT Enhance in the past, which is a great program. But because I don't do a lot of one-on-ones, it just wasn't as good for me as some of these others. I used Moxie in the interim, and Moxie ended up closing down. And then Moxie suggested Arketa. So those three softwares in the past, MindBody, PT Enhance, and Moxie, I've all tried. I believe Moxie's no longer in business. And so Arketa is who I'm sticking with. I've had a few other companies reach out to me, but overall, I think that they provide everything I need. So I'm not looking to switch it anytime soon. I think starting any new software program is difficult. I do a lot of my own business stuff. I mean, I would love to have like somebody tech that could set this all up, but I personally found it difficult, but I would say the system itself is not difficult. It's just that there are a lot of moving parts and it's time consuming. Um, I would love to have somebody that you could pay on Arketa that would, tell them what you want and they could set it up for you. But I think many people, it might be a little bit easier than it is for me. I just don't have a lot of patience. I'm very open with the fact that I don't. So I did find it a bit difficult to set it up, but I think that's just my personality type. But now looking back, now that I've gotten to know the program, I could do it with my eyes closed. So it's like anything else. It's just learning something new. Change is always difficult. It was obviously a very different system. So I think generally speaking, it's an easy program if you're somebody that is good with tech, and I'm just not. I would just say there are a lot of companies out there for sure. It's amazing how many times I get reached out to for starting, trying this company and exploring what this offers over that. And obviously, there's a lot of factors that play a role in that. But I would just say that you know, Arketa has everything you need if you're a growing fitness business. Are there other companies out there? Yes, I would say explore what's out there. Get a demo. I mean, demos for me are huge, and I'll still take demos from other companies every once in a while. Um, but they do have a great customer service program. You can always chat with them. I've been able to get on board with people that can have a meeting with me if I've got multiple questions. Um, so explore all the factors, finances, explore customer service, explore what the software does and what it doesn't do, and are they willing to grow? Are they willing to add features in the future? Those kinds of things, which I've found that Arketa is willing to do all of the above.